Hello, everybody. It's Brett. I'm with Michael, and we have a message for you today. And Michael and I wanted to make a special video. So, Michael, I'm going to hand it straight to you.
Yeah, thank you, Brett. Thank you, the listeners out there. You might be wondering why we are now having a small few minutes video about science is the new religion, because that script isn't finished by far. The thing is, though, that I had to stop my research because I was busy with another German research of the conspiracy series, which I then intended and then handed over in English and doing together with Brett at the moment. So therefore, the sessions of Science is the New Religion is just put on hold, but will be continued in the near future. I think it will be on quite around summer or so. Because in the meantime, there happened some things out there. If you know what I mean, I will show you also a little thing which is coming up. Actually, there are two scripts that I was intended to continue. The first script cannot be found anymore, and I think that is for the reason that I'm not going into this, because it is simply not meant to be. It was about a special chapter in the Bible, but maybe I will find it in the future. I don't know on which computer, on which stick it could be, but I haven't found it, and I did extensive research. But the other thing is about the intro of the series is Science and New Religion. And if you remember that intro, you know that picture of the so-called atomium in Brussels. So you might be wondering why I didn't go into the atomium atom at all. And I can tell you that because I did not have any time to finish on that subject. But you definitely remember that famous picture here, which was the introduction of our series. And so therefore, I think it is a very interesting subject to go also into this, especially when I will inform you that something else was happening. Because I've been contacted by a listener called Chris on his YouTube account, Statism for Freedom. And he was really going into the series, and I had several conversations with him, and he supported us, and a very big thank you for that, Chris. And as he was coming, or is coming, from Ukraine, and he thought about, well, why don't you go into the atomic age and all the things around it? I responded to him, and I said, yes, that was my concern right from the beginning. Therefore, I chose, you see here, the picture of the atomium in Brussels. But I was just simply lacking time to go into this, what I wanted to do, actually. So, and Chris coming from Ukraine, of course, in Ukraine, you see there are several things about the atomic age and atomic history. For example, you got the very infamous nuclear reactor plant of Chernobyl. And therefore, you see, I think also his questions arises because he's so very much near this famous accident or incident. I would like to show that. I don't know if you are used to it this year, the Chernobyl disaster. And therefore, I was starting a very interesting research on all of that. And this research has not finished yet. So therefore, I have to back for a little bit more time because I'm doing German and English sessions with conspiracies at the moment. But I have, I think, at least 50% ready of that script. But as history happens, at the moment now, you see that in Ukraine, there are some things happening at the moment. There are so-called wars and rumors of wars in Ukraine happening at the moment. And you see that therefore I thought about that, what to like to ask our listeners to pray also for Chris, who is most likely in Ukraine at the moment. I haven't got any contact with him lately, but I think that would also help, as we are a Christian channel, that you listeners out there would like to include Chris in your prayers, because I hope he will make it through these very hectic and violent and dangerous times. So now you know what we are up to. We are just putting the sessions on a hold. But nevertheless, research is continuing, and therefore you might expect to do us in about summer sessions and sessions and sessions, at least 6 sessions, I reckon, at least, about the atomic age. So that's what we will talk about extensively, about the atomic age, or about atomic powers and atomic bonds, etc., 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 because there is much distraction also happening there. It is extremely interesting, and therefore we will include it in the series of Science is the New Religion. So please expect the continuation of the series Science is the New Religion, and therefore thank you very much for your support so far, and I'm handing it back to my beloved brother Brett to close this small trailer. Thank you very much, and Maranatha.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you out there for your support. That's all of you. We greatly appreciate the continuation and support of the work that Michael's doing, and also the work that others in the body of Christ are doing at the moment. And although we may not agree, all of us at certain times, the main point is that we are going to give it a try. We're here to, you know, it can be really difficult at times, Michael, because we get a lot of what seems to be discouraging comments at times, but you just have to chalk that up with the greater message here, and that is the gospel. And the gospel has been pretty much eroded and had great damage done to it through those who claim to be part of the body of Christ in this world. So we have a definite battle going on in the spiritual realms, and that's what we try and pay attention to on this channel. So our prayers and support for those of you out there in very troubling places such as Ukraine. And we'll look forward to catching up with you next time, Maranatha.